Put my cheat sheet there. I'm not gonna smoke weed up here just because I'm kind of coming down with something, but I can drink, right?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you so much. I was worried about that. So anyway, guys, what's going on? My name's Ed Roesgen. Niloo reached out to me. Yeah, fuck this thing. So, I have this friend back home, and recently, over the last couple months, I noticed that she's been putting on weight. And I noticed this from the pictures she puts online. And it's not that she looks any heavier in the pictures, per se. It's just that the angles that they're taken from just keep getting sequentially higher and higher and higher. Her whole Instagram just looks like drone footage now, just waving at a camera overhead. And I'm just like, aw, that's rough. That's getting older, you know? You put on some weight, things happen. So, the weird thing about getting older is that, like, you'll eventually feel like, oh man, I'm getting old, but when you first start to become older, you don't realize it internally. It's like external things, like, you'll just notice and be like, oh fuck, I must be getting old. Like, people that you used to think were cool, and then you see them now, and you're like, oh fuck. Like, I saw Snoop Dogg a couple years ago, and I'm like, fucking stoked, it's fucking Snoop Dogg. He comes out, and his hair was like totally gray. And I was like, what the fuck? Snoop's got like senior cornrows, what's going on? And fuck with me. I went home and I looked it up on the internet, and Snoop Dogg was born 44 years ago. And I was like, holy shit. Makes him like 308 in dog years. So I guess he's not really looking too shabby, guys. Oh, that's perfect. Beautiful. I was excited to see Snoop Dogg. Not half as excited as my girlfriend was to realize there was the Container Store over by the Grove. Like, I didn't even know what this fucking place was. And we're driving past, she's like, oh my god, they got a Container Store, honey. The fucking Container Store. Have you ever been to the Container Store? Oh my god, they got the Container Store right here. Right by the farmer's market, there's a Container Store. She was so fucking stoked. She could hardly contain herself, you know what I'm saying? She was excited about the Container Store. No, my girlfriend's great. We live together, which is really nice. I haven't lived with a girl that I really, enjoyed in a very long time, and it's nice. You get this thing where, like, they want to do stuff for you just to make you feel special. Like, I'll give you guys an example. The other day, I was like, honey, I feel kind of weird even asking this. But it's like, when I was a little kid and we were growing up in my house, my mom used to make something for us. And I know, I just kind of even feel awkward bringing it up. And she's like, honey, look, if it's something you miss from your childhood that your mom used to make for you, of course, I'm gonna make it for you. I love you. What did your mom used to make? I was like, ice. She used to make fucking ice. Could you fill the trays when you're empty? The fucking ice cubes. It's not gonna kill you. I'll get you her recipe. It's just water. Mom's recipe. So that's who I'm dating. Let's talk about how you guys are dating. Has anybody here ever dated a porn star? This is Los Angeles. I feel like I can ask. Has anybody ever? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you the one question that no one ever asked about that. How was the sex? Yeah. See, I don't. In my mind, that's counterintuitive, dude. Because, like, I'll tell you why I would never date a porn star. Because I've worked in restaurants. Right? And I know chefs that can make amazing fucking food that'll blow your mind and you'll be like, oh my god, this is so amazing. And then when it's that guy's day off, he's having cornflakes for dinner because he doesn't want to turn on the oven because that's work. So I've got to think that for a porn star who has sex for a living, they come home to you and you're just like, trousers down, like, welcome home. And they're like, no, oh God, not another one. Honey, I've been off my feet at work all day. I'm fucking exhausted. Just, give me one of those. Like, I don't want that. I don't want the cornflakes version of sex from my porn star. I don't want cornflakes for dinner, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't need that. I don't even know any. I've never even met any porn stars. I've lived out here for like 4 fucking years almost now. But I guess it's true what they say about porn stars. They tend to stick to themselves. Somebody's watching that shit. It's honest work. It's honest work. Everybody out here works so hard. The one thing I do like is that most places it's like your job kind of defines you, but out here everybody's got like 2 jobs that they do. It's like you've got that one job that pays the rent, but then you've got like your slash job that's like, you know, you're a waitress slash actress, you know, the second one's more interesting always. It's, you know, you're the bartender slash rock musician, you know, or you're the Uber driver slash writer. It's nice. Everybody's chasing a dream. My problem is though that I just quit my real job. So this is it, guys. Just, you know, spending drinks at the bar to stand up here for free and tell you guys some jokes. So now I gotta tell people I'm a stand-up comedian slash my own risks, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any fucking money. I'm broke. I am so broke that I will go do with you whatever you want to do if you're buying, and I don't even care if I enjoy it or not. Like, I'm that level of... I ended up at a car show a couple of months ago. I don't know anything about fucking cars. I don't like cars. I'm not like a car dude. My buddy is, and he's like, hey, I got an extra ticket to the car show. You want to go? I'm like, there's nothing there for me. Absolutely. So we went to the car show, and I was wrong because there was something there for me. Dude, this is so sick. I saw a guy who had a car that was the replica of the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard, okay? I'm like, you know, in my 40s, so when I was a kid, Dukes of Hazzard, you know, I didn't realize that when they were jumping gulches, it was in the most racist car on television. I was just like, this is fucking awesome, yeah, Duke boys. So the problem is I went up to talk to the guy and I tried to pretend like I was a car guy and talk like I thought a car guy would talk, and it totally blew up in my fucking face. I was like, this is a fucking sweet, sick cherry ride, bruh. And he was like, thanks. And then I was like, dude, this is killer. Like, what do you got under the hood? And the guy looked at me, he's like, oh, haven't you heard Trump's president? We don't have to wear the hood anymore. That's gone. Like, we just get to like roll around. I know. I was offended at that guy. It's okay. He got his. I challenged him to actually jump a gulch in that car later. And you'll be happy to know he didn't make it. He never showed up. I waited for like 6 hours. He just didn't make it to the gulch. I was pretty pissed. Sorry, that was a bad recovery. I should take my own advice sometimes. I got some advice for you guys, fellas. I got some love advice for you. Check it out. Ladies, you can pass this on your man, and he'll appreciate me for it. Guys, if you find that you are finishing a little too quickly, all you need to do is take a second and stop thinking about a more attractive woman. And that usually, it works for me. That's a horrible joke. I'll fix it. Do you guys like impressions? Can I do an impression for you? This is my impression. Okay, I'm gonna need my awesome mic stand for this. If I spill all this alcohol, I'm so sorry. Okay. So this is my impression of Han Solo from the Star Wars movie franchise. It's a sci-fiction quadrilogy. I don't know what the fuck it is now. This is Han Solo from Star Wars, and he's walking into church on Sunday morning. And he's counting the rows of seats. This is Han Solo from Star Wars walking into church on Sunday morning. He's counting the rows of seats. pew, pew, pew. I love that so much. I just came up with that a week ago and I was like, that's so much fun to do on stage for people. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna enjoy this. So, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my theory on the universe. There's a lot of forces in the universe at play. They tend to do their thing. There's one force that's stronger than anything though, and that, in my opinion, is the force of irony. If shit's gonna go down and there's two ways it could go, like just however, and then like the most ironic way you could think of, it always goes the most ironic way. So that's like a very powerful force, and you can harness that to do things in your life, like I quit smoking cigarettes. Don't applaud, it's not, it's been the last 4 years, you know? Boo the 27 years that I smoked like a fucking idiot, like that's more deserved. But I was able to quit through the power of irony because the reason that I started smoking when I was 13 years old is I wanted to be cool and look cool. And a couple of years ago they came out with something called Vaping.
Yeah.
So I switched to that. So ironically, in order to save my own life, I had to look like the douchiest fucking guy. And this is not the aesthetic I was going for. The dude with a tire fire going in his mouth, like at the bus stop. I thought I was gonna be like James Dean, and now it's like, you know, that's gonna kill you. But if you want to live and save your fucking life, you can just be burping up a NASA launch, like casually, like it's no big thing. It's like if I got diagnosed with a brain tumor and they were like, we can cure it. It's this magic fedora that you just have to wear everywhere you go. Just look like a douchebag, Ed, and you'll be fine. I had to do it, guys, to save my life. I didn't want to. I didn't want to be that guy, those fucking guys with that big fucking chamber of smog clouds. It's the most interesting thing that ever came out of their mouth, so they gotta fucking just show it off. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the vaping guy, but I am, to save my life. That's why I'm here with you now. Do you guys know like the flat earth movement, the flat earthers? Have you heard about this? Where it's like they believe it's pretty self-explanatory. I have a question about flat earthers. Can they even get bipolar disorder? Is that possible for them? This is the stuff they don't teach you in school. They never went over this. I thought education was supposed to be important. I had a friend that told me when she went to college, she tried to get a grant, and the grant was for people with dwarfism, and she applied for the grant because she's only 5 feet 2 inches tall.
Oh, stop it.
It's true.
That's Lady Gaga's documentary.
5'2", applied for the fucking full grant, got denied because the grant stipulation said you had to be 5'1" or shorter to qualify for the dwarfism grant. And I was like, that's gotta fucking burn. To have a full free ride to college and literally miss it by that much? Are you fucking kidding me? She was so pissed. I was like, don't sell yourself short. She's like, I can't, I tried. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. How much time do I have? Do I have time? I got time?
That's the light.
That's exactly when I thought it was going to come. That's why I asked. See how fucking tuned in I am, guys? I know when I got a minute left. So, like I said, when I started all this nonsense, I'm getting older, and I've realized I can't talk to millennials anymore. And it's not because I don't respect their opinions. And it's not because I don't think they're intelligent. It's just that we don't share a historical frame of reference to have that conversation in, because they don't know anything that happened before the internet was invented, and it kind of fucking puts a monkey wrench in the whole talk. I was talking to a guy about Trump the other day, and we both agreed he sucks, and we both agreed he needs to go, and this guy's like, well, he's gonna have to get impeached. And I was like, well, that's one way to get rid of a president, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody could step up and do us all a favor. And he looked at me and he was like, yeah, right, man. Like, anyone could get away with killing the president of the United States. And I was like, it's happened before. And he's like, oh yeah, when? And I was like, JFK? And then this guy laughed and walked away thinking the conversation was over. So he thinks I said just fucking kidding. Like he has no idea. That was the president of that stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for coming out tonight, guys. I had a great time. You guys are amazing. This mic's gonna be amazing too.